back to Community Storytelling. I'm Lissa Kreisler. I'm so glad you're with us. It's season 6. Linda Lester, you know I love you. KCAT loves you. And Tyler Taylor, you know how much we love you. One of our new sponsors. It's so exciting this season. Successful Aging Solutions and Community Consulting, or SASSY, as we like to call it. So yes, thank you to both of our sponsors here at KCAT TV 15. I'm so excited. I may not be able to get a word out because I'm so excited to be sitting next to this man. Bill Sanderson. You say, wait, I know that name. Of course you do, especially if you have students in either Gatos High School or Saratoga High School, because this is the top banana, the top dog. You are the superintendent of the Gatos Saratoga Unified High School District?
Gatos Saratoga Union High School District.
Close.
Yes.
Close.
Very
yes.
close.
Getting mixed up with that big school in San Jose.
Yes, that's right.
And I met you a year ago.
Exactly.
You were wandering around. I was wandering around. You were wandering around for a very good reason. You had just been hired.
Exactly.
And they were kind of showing you Gatos High School campus.
Yes. It
It's
was
been
my
a year.
first time. It's been a year. It's hard to believe that it was a year ago, but I do distinctly remember it was the first week of July a year ago that I got my grand tour of Gatos High School for the first time. My first day was July 2nd. It was wonderful, and it's been a great journey the past year, and I am still so excited about the work and the community here.
So you had big dreams. I remember when I was talking to you. You said, you know, we're getting past COVID. We got to work with the kids on that. So much has happened. There were some issues going on.
Correct.
So tell me, in a nutshell, how has this last year been? What has happened?
Wow. It really will be hard to sum up in just a nutshell. So one of the major things that I wanted to do as I came in was I saw that there was an issue with communication with the community, and I wanted to really work on that. We rolled out last week our new website, believe it or not. We had a website that was dated. Last week we rolled out a new website.
What's it called?
It's Lgsuhsd.org.
Got it.
It is .org, not edu. If folks need to remember that.
Okay.
And so that is our new website. In addition to that, I wanted to hire a public engagement officer for the district. And we hired someone. She came from a neighboring district. She started around, I would say, end of August. And since the end of August, we have had 37 times we've been in positive press. 37 times since she started. And those are some of the things that have significantly changed. But one of the things that we are working on that I'm most excited about is actually an event that is going on today. We are doing a new strategic plan.
Now, what exactly is that?
Yeah. I think a strategic plan really defines where we are going as a district over the next few years. And it identifies what are our core values, what is our vision, our mission. The last time the district went through this kind of process was in 2016. It's been some time ago. There was some time that they tried to rewrite some of that and rework some of that. We all know what happened in March of 2020. It was very challenging. So we are in the midst of really working on our strategic plan and getting our strategic priorities with the community. That is critical.
So when you say core values, what comes to your mind about Gatos and Saratoga? Are there 3,500 high school kids between the two cities, towns?
Mm-hmm.
Core values, what do you think they are?
I think one of our core values is that we want to provide an education experience that each and every student in our schools can connect with. And that really is critical for us, that students are able to connect in multiple ways to the different schools. And when we do that, then we have a very high success rate.
You think?
Yeah, we do. We have but there are a small group of students that we don't have a high success rate with. And so we are trying to challenge ourselves to think out of the box and say, what is it we need to get those students connected to our schools?
Is it too specific if I say who are those students?
No, it's not too specific because the data is on the California Department of Education website. And we do not have as high graduation rate for students with special needs, and we also don't have as high of graduation rate of our Latinx students that are within our district. While the population is small, we still don't have a high success rate. So how do we get those students engaged, and how do we provide that? Those are things that we're challenging ourselves with as a community. Also, I would like to say that one of the other things that we are really working on is how to keep our students connected to schools. We just brought in wellness centers at both high schools, which is amazing that we are able to bring those in. And those really help with the social emotional wellness needs of each and every student, especially post-COVID.
So what are the kids suffering from right now, would you say?
I say that we've seen a lot of depression in students after COVID, and we have seen that continue to be a challenge. Students were very isolated. If you think about the seniors that are graduating right now, it was in the middle of their freshman year that it was 2020,
You're
March.
right.
And so we are seeing, it's going to be a number of years before we can address those needs. But in addition to that, we also see students with academic struggles, and how do we support them, because we missed what was traditionally known as education. But I do want to say that there has been positive about that, because it forced us as educators to rethink the classroom. And there are some of the things that we got out of COVID that we have been able to bring into the classroom to make it even more engaging.
And how inclusive of a community do we have?
We have an extremely inclusive community, I believe, and the community has really stepped up in that area, I believe. We have a number, so for example, at Los Gatos High School, we recently started a BSU. We had not had one of those, a Black Student Union. We had not had one of those before. We also have very active LGBTQ groups
Glad to hear that.
that
I was hoping that would come out of your mouth.
Yes, we have very active groups, LGBTQ. In fact, I've had the opportunity to speak to the group at Los Gatos High School this year. But we have those groups in both schools. We have, through our wellness initiatives and through our work with the social emotional needs, we've been able to start bringing some of these to light.
Have you had to hire more counselors, or did we already have the staff in place?
Well, so there's two different things here, I would say. One is that what we traditionally view as counselors in the high school are academic counselors, or they are guidance counselors, and that is their training area. We added wellness centers, which actually have brought therapists and social workers into the school. We hired a district nurse this year, so we've actually brought those in, and we had to hire those folks.
And do you feel that they have been able to erase the stigma?
Yes, I believe a lot of the stigma they've been able to erase, and we continuously see how students have access to that. We had to contract out some counselors, meaning we had to pay, but we are trying to shift to a model where they're all district employees next year. So I believe this stigma is getting erased, and that students are reaching out, and families. I just received an email yesterday from a family here at Los Gatos High School that actually said thank you for the support that we had given their student, and what a difference it made, and how she felt comfortable coming to school.
Now, I'm not sure every parent knows that you were in San Francisco.
That is correct.
And have you seen a difference between Los Gatos and Saratoga high school kids and those in San Francisco? Is there any difference? I mean, the city living is very different.
Correct.
Is there anything different that you've noticed?
This is interesting, and I get asked this question a lot. And why I smile about that is that in 2003, I moved to San Francisco from Charleston, South Carolina. And people would continuously ask me, because I was in education there, people would ask me, is there a difference? And I would say, yes, there is a difference. But what I say, and this is true here, the needs of students are still the same. They are still adolescents, they are still developing, and the support that is needed both in the classroom and outside of the classroom, while it may look and manifest itself slightly different, very much the needs of the student are the needs of adolescents.
What about the community? You know, I moved to Los Gatos. I've lived in this area almost all my life, but I actually moved to Los Gatos, I think, 3 years ago, so way before I met you. I have been overcome with awe regarding the community here.
Wow.
You know, and I was here during COVID, and, you know, I walk almost every day. I walk by the billboard at Los Gatos High School almost every day, and I just noticed everybody said hi to me with a smile, even though everybody was obviously very depressed. The community here, I just think, is overwhelming good.
Oh, yes. Let me say this. The community not only wants the best for our students, but they truly do embrace and support. One of the things that I did in my first 6 months here is I spent literally days and hours meeting with community members. I said to my assistant at that time, the week I started a year ago, I said, I want to meet with as many people as possible in the community. She came back to me and she said, so what about this person, this person, this person? And I said, I want to meet with every person possible in the community.
A lot of lunches, a lot of coffees.
I had coffee in the morning. There were literally days I had coffee in the morning, I had lunch, I had coffee in the afternoon, and then I had dinner.
Okay, no wine fit in there any place? I guess not appropriate.
We could talk about that.
We will.
Yes. And what I found was really a community that overwhelmingly embraces the schools. They want what is best for all of our students. They are consistently leaning in. They are willing to do the work with you in partnership. And this morning I was speaking to a group of Saratoga parents, and we were talking with them and getting their feedback on our strategic plan. And when one of the parents saw the list of people that we had engaged in the strategic plan and the survey, I do want to say there's a survey that's coming to your mail. She was just in awe that we had reached out that much to the community and wanted engagement about our strategic plan.
Because school is the community, and the community is the school. Am I correct?
You are very correct.
I mean, we're one. And what happens at home ends up at school, and vice versa.
Exactly.
And so we all, not that you get into the parenting and this and that, but we are all on the same page.
We are. We
want need to be on the same page.
Yes. And that's what I say. Each and every parent sends their best to us every day, and it is our job to do our best with each and every student.
So now when is the strategic plan going to be finalized? Like by the time the new school year starts?
So we have been doing feedback sessions and surveys, and we've met with community. We've even done some interviews with individual folks, including students and teachers and parents and community members. We have had 4 strategic planning sessions. The final one will be in September. So right now we're taking all the data and feedback through the month of June. In the month of July, we have been working with a company by the name of Provocative Practice, who has done strategic plans for national organizations, other districts. And so we will work on getting the strategic focus areas in July. In September, we'll bring that back to the strategic planning design team. And then my goal is for the board to approve our strategic focus areas in October.
I'm exhausted already
I
just
know.
listening to it. Let me ask you about 123 New York Avenue. Because I walk by that all the time too.
Yes.
You bought a house.
In my first week.
In your first week.
This was my first week of employment. We bought a house.
But you got a good price on it.
Yes, we did. Yes.
And, schools do buy homes sometimes, but usually to put another classroom in it.
Right.
Not the case here. So what's happening to 123 New York Avenue?
Thank you for asking that. You know, this is a unique campus at Los Gatos High School. The fact that we have public streets that run through. By the way, I had some public streets that ran through some schools in San Francisco. We built tunnels under the street for students and faculty of access.
Is that common?
No, it's not. There's no tunnels coming,
Okay.
okay? But we have public streets that run through, and part of that, as you know, that brings out some challenges, including safety of students and of our staff. One of the things with 123 New York, so we purchased it. We've put out a bid for demolition of that particular property, and that will come hopefully this summer.
Do you get to do the first sledgehammer?
They
They should include you.
They should include me, but I'm told that I would have to do an abatement and all of that kind of stuff. I'm not sure it'll fit over my tie and my suit very well. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, I grew up on a farm.
We'll
but
excuse you from
yes,
that.
okay. But once we do that, and it's so great that you would ask about it, because I hope it's something we can talk about, is that we are looking at what is the possibility of solar for our schools. And I just met with the company this morning that is doing the energy audit of our buildings. Part of that property we may be able to benefit from in installing solar panels at our schools, and we really need that. The community, the students have been calling for this.
But what does that have to do with 123 New York Avenue?
Well, it's real estate space,
and
that is often needed for solar panels. Okay. You either do them on the roof, or you have to do them
in a yard, someplace.
In a yard or on top, and we can't do them on top of the football field. Okay?
No.
No, we can't do solar panels on top of the football.
That doesn't make
nor
sense.
the baseball.
Yeah.
There are several no's, but there is a possibility that we would have some, and we may be able to solve some of the traffic flow problems in the future.
Traffic flow problems? No.
There's
one or two problems, one or two issues.
I tried coming this morning about 8 o'clock over
Yeah,
here, so
okay,
yeah,
you got it.
I know about the traffic.
Okay, and you don't have a permit, do you, on your car
I
for
do
parking?
I have a parking permit,
but not on residential streets.
Not on residential streets, nor does that get me through the traffic.
You're right. So, all right, we've gotten the serious stuff out of the way, because there is another part of Bill Sanderson you may not know about. And I know you're all wondering about that bow tie. We're going to get to that too. So we're going to take a break, let you get a cup of coffee, go to the bathroom. We're going to thank Linda Lester. We're going to thank Sassy, Successful Aging Solutions and Community Consulting. And then we're going to come back and we're going to get this man laughing. He's got some stories to share that I know about, and I want you to know about it too. Thanks for being with us for this episode of Community Storytelling. Bill Sanderson. Pretty cool guy, right? We'll be back. I'm Lissa Kreisler. Come walk with me through Leicester Square, where, as Mr. Rogers would always say, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and it's always a beautiful day in Leicester Square. We're located at the corner of Los Gatos Boulevard and Blossom Hill Road, and there is so much variety here in Leicester Square. I think you can probably find anything you need. Linda Lester, we thank you in Los Gatos for all you do, and we thank you for bringing us such a fabulous neighborhood shopping center. Successful Aging Solutions and Community Consulting, also known as SASCC, or as we like to say, SASSY, has been serving the needs of the 55-plus population for over 40 years. They're the team that created the Ride Senior Transportation and gives us the Outlook Community newspaper. Learn more about their mission to make life better for all ages at www.sascc.org. And we thank Sassy for supporting KCAT TV 15. Welcome back to Community Storytelling. I'm Lissa Kreisler. We're sitting with Bill Sanderson, who is your high school superintendent. I could give you the long, drawn-out name. Just know he's in charge of Los Gatos and Saratoga high schools. Simplify it a little bit.
That is.
Ben, you're on your one-year anniversary. I met you way back when, and I remember you said to me, just call me Bill. Are you still telling people to just call you Bill?
Yes, I do. In fact, this morning when I was at Saratoga today also. I make my way around a lot, but
I
I
know
was
you
at
do.
Saratoga earlier today, and a student runs out of the classroom. Bill, yes, I do. I ask people to call me Bill. I tell students, please call me Bill. It's Bill is what I prefer.
And nobody has a problem with that. Like, how are you respecting your elders? Not that you're that old, but I mean, you're the principal authority here. But it's okay.
It's okay. I think part of it is my upbringing. I grew up on a farm
In South
in South
Carolina,
Carolina, and my father really taught me about relating to people and making sure that I saw myself as no greater than someone else, nor did I allow someone else to see themselves as greater than me.
I like that.
And even though he never went to high school,
And your mother didn't either.
no, my mother left high school when she was in 11th grade. 11th grade.
Almost done.
Almost done.
What happened?
My mother grew up on a farm, and it was a priority for the farm work at that point
To
in time.
milk the cows.
Exactly. She was the youngest of 9 children. And so that was really the priority at the time. But the core values that my parents instilled in me, the hard work, the value of education, really are things that carry me to this day.
I know your dad's gone, but your mom is still alive,
She
right?
is.
And what does she think of you, my son, the school superintendent?
It's been interesting because I've tried multiple times to explain to her what I do, but she. One of the things that she always wants to know is, am I nice to people? Make sure you're nice to people.
Will you tell her to call me? I'll
Yeah,
tell her that.
it's important to her how I treat people. That is one thing that's very important to her. And she has, she's seen me through several graduations. She's seen me through my career. And even though she doesn't have a complete understanding, she does understand that I am extremely passionate about my work and that this is what matters to me and that I want to do something to make our society better.
And this is totally unprofessional of me. However, you have such a sparkle in your eyes. Has anybody ever told you that?
Yes, they have. And people tell me, so I have a daughter who is going to turn 28.
And I think she just recently had a child.
She did. I have a grandson who is a little over a year now. So I have a daughter who just turned 28. And her mother, my former wife, and she's in education also, by the way. My daughter has always said to us, when the two of you get together, because we still have a very positive relationship,
Wonderful.
when the two of you get together, you all just start talking about education and you get so excited about all of it. I don't understand. And to this day, she says this. And I do, because
It's a passion.
education gave me a huge opportunity. I mean, from a farm boy in South Carolina to being the superintendent here.
Well,
All because of education.
3 decades in education, something like that?
Yes.
And you were a principal at one point.
I was.
And a teacher.
A
Started
teacher.
out as a teacher.
Yes.
I think, were you teaching chemistry?
Biology.
Biology. Same difference to me. That's why I went into radio. I couldn't do any of the sciences.
Yes. I was a biology teacher, and yes, I've been an assistant principal in middle school and high school.
All right. Now, let's get to that bow tie. You walked into the KCAT studios, and my eye just instantly went to it. Are those real feathers?
They're real feathers. It is a company. I know I'm giving them a promo. It's brackish.
Okay.
That is brackish. Brackish is a term that refers to water, which is from the ocean, where the river meets the ocean.
Okay.
And the water is brackish, meaning the salinity is not completely, and it's very much in the south. You have brackish water, and it has a mixture of species of fish. The biology teacher's coming out.
It is, and it's scaring me.
Yeah. Okay. So that is the name of the company. They named it Brackkish.
Because everybody's going to go online and look them up. They're in South Carolina.
They're based in Charleston, South Carolina.
And those are real feathers.
They're real feathers.
And they've done something to it so that they don't fall apart.
They're on a bow tie, but let me tell you, this is what you're going to love the most, okay? They have a full line of ladies' earrings and cuffs.
So there.
It is absolutely gorgeous, their work.
I'm guessing it's pricey.
It is, thanks to my sister, I get nice birthday and Christmas gifts.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Although you are a superintendent.
I know, but
spend your money.
I will, but I have a partner who watches that.
Okay, we all need one of those.
We need one of those. That is correct.
So you live in San Francisco.
That is
and
correct.
you are the only person I know who lives in San Francisco who owns chickens. How do you do that?
Well, first of all, there's the ordinances allow for you to own chickens.
So other people in San Francisco own chickens? Because it's a big deal here.
My next door neighbors.
So it became a big deal during COVID, but I think you've
yes.
owned them longer than that.
Oh, yes. When we purchased our house 8 years ago in San Francisco.
And is it a house or a condo?
It is a house.
So, okay. So it's got some sort of a place
It's got
for the
a
chicken.
backyard, and there was one criteria for the house for me. It was not a kitchen, nor a bathroom, nor bedrooms, or anything like that. There had to be enough space in the backyard for a chicken coop. Our chickens, which we still have 2 of them, who were from 8 years ago, our chickens moved in the night before we did.
Wait, isn't San Francisco climate too cold for chickens?
So there are parts of the city that's never too cold. Chickens can live in Russia, and chickens can live in,
Of course they
Finland
can.
and Norway.
All right.
There are so many different
Everybody
breeds.
needs eggs.
Exactly. Everybody needs it. So it's not too cold, and it's fortunate we live on a sunnier side of town. So, yes.
So how much time do you spend with these chickens?
Well, weekends usually, every day I'm out with the chickens at some point.
Do they lay an egg every day?
So we get eggs every day except, I would say, in the shortest days of the year, like December.
I get
But
it.
otherwise, we're getting eggs.
All right.
And the office loves it this time of year because they're spring chickens. They lay a lot of eggs.
Okay.
So I bring them into the office.
Oh my, and there's nothing like a fresh egg from your backyard. Because I
Exactly.
grew up with a chicken.
Yes.
My dad just loved our chicken until
Exactly.
my mom put snail bait out and the chicken was walking around and
We know.
the end of the story. So
Exactly.
don't ever do that. They
I
like
won't.
to get out and walk around and snail bait.
Exactly.
My mom got in so much trouble.
I'm sure.
She had
I'm
a biology lesson after that.
I am absolutely sure.
And you love bees.
Yes.
And
yes.
you have beehives in San Francisco?
I do. So that's interesting. I actually started beekeeping. So my father was a beekeeper when I grew up. So I'd been around bees a lot. I started beekeeping in San Francisco when I lived in an apartment, what was a condo, and I kept the bees on our roof. Yes, I did.
How many hives did you have?
I had 4 hives on the
Wow.
roof. And
Nobody complained. Did anybody know they were up on the roof?
everyone knew who the owner that we rented from.
You were giving out honey.
I was giving them honey, and that's it. And now I keep my bees in a community garden in San Francisco, so right down the street from our house.
Really?
Really?
And so how often do you go visit your bees?
Well, in the summer and spring, it's quite often that you have to go in, and these are usually some of my weekend activities. I don't have a lot of time during the week, but at least every 2 to 3 weeks you should go in the spring and summer. You should be, and then there comes the honey harvest, which is usually at the end of summer, September, October.
Do you make your own honey?
Well, the bees make the
Well,
honey.
the bees make the honey, but you've
the bees
got
make
to
the honey. I collect it.
you got to put it in the jars or
Exactly.
something.
You have to.
Or the containers. Somehow you
have
got
to
to
do
you got to
all that
get it.
work, yes.
And you have the big white suit and everything.
Big white suit
Oh
and
my
everything.
goodness! Do the kids know about this?
I don't know if many of the students know about the chickens, and
Yeah.
I don't know if many know about the bees, but yeah, it would be very interesting. I enjoy talking to students about these things that I'm really passionate about.
And you're a foodie. I don't know
Very
how you have
much.
time to do all these things. So tell me, how did you become a foodie? I mean, your mom was probably making, farm food.
Exactly.
So that started it.
Right, but when I
Farm
was
to table.
Exactly, farm to table. But when I was 17, I went to college in Charleston, South Carolina.
Beautiful.
And it is a beautiful city and very much a foodie paradise. And there I started Believe it or not, the first time I had Chinese food was I was 17 years old. And I had never had pizza from a restaurant until I was in 10th grade.
Oh,
So when I got to Charleston, I saw this smorgasbord of restaurants. And I started trying food. And as I've traveled the world and as I've come to California, I would say I have some favorites of ethnic cuisine.
you got to share. Some of the restaurants that you think, yeah, people know about these restaurants. They need to go eat there. And maybe Los Gatos. I'm not going to get you in trouble politically if you're going to start naming restaurants.
Zona Rosa has the best chili relleno I have ever had.
Well, their guacamole's not bad either.
Yes, but that chili relleno in that bowl is
All right.
so nice there.
Okay, what else?
I would say in some of my favorite cuisines, I love Indian cuisine. It is like my go-to. I haven't found one here, but
We do have one here.
I haven't found my favorite here
Okay,
yet.
okay.
But I did recently try Vietnamese at the sandwich shop, the Noodle Boat. People don't know where this place is. It's on University, and it's in that.
Did it just open?
It's in an office complex. It's in the back.
University in the back. Okay.
At University in Lark.
All right.
In the back of that office
Oh,
complex,
okay.
there is a little shop called the Sandwich Shop. Their noodle bowl.
What is the sandwich shop doing with noodle bowls?
Well, it's a Vietnamese.
Is the whole sandwich shop Vietnamese?
The whole sandwich shop is Vietnamese.
Okay.
So they have banh mi sandwiches. They have noodle bowls. They have pho. They have all of that. But that noodle bowl I had for the first time
To die
2
for.
weeks ago. I'm going back next week.
All
okay?
right. I got it. Okay. Give me a couple of other places. San Francisco. I mean, that's your home. So what do you like to eat there?
Well, my favorite Indian place is Amber in San Francisco.
Heard of it.
And then Farmhouse Thai Kitchen, I really like. And I believe they have one, Farmhouse Thai Kitchen has recently opened one down here, and I cannot remember exactly where.
We'll Google it.
Yeah,
we'll
we
figure
can
it out.
Google it.
Pizza. You mentioned pizza. You started at a late age, but you got a favorite pizza place. That's my favorite.
One of the things that I really like is anywhere they can have wood-fired pizza is one of my favorites. And there's one that's actually in Mountain View called Doppio Zero that has a wonderful wood-fired
On
pizza.
Castro?
I believe it is on
Yeah.
Castro, and it has a wonderful wood-fired pizza there.
All right.
So I've had that one and really like it.
Hamburgers. Do you like hamburgers? Oh, I know. Okay. Now, tell me a favorite hamburger place, because I'm always
right.
looking for a good one.
All right, so I have been, so this is something that someone introduced me to very early on. The hamburger at Double D's I really like, okay?
Yes.
At Double D's, I really like the hamburger.
All right.
They took me there. In fact, one of the school board members took me there like within the first few weeks, so.
I'm going to have to go back.
Yes.
You know, I was recently in Israel. I ate hamburgers. I know, shame on me. And pizza. Israel's big on pizza.
Yes.
And it's good pizza.
Yes, I'm
And
sure.
their wine is great.
Oh,
Do you like wine?
love wine.
Okay, because you mentioned coffee and coffee and coffee. But
Oh, yes, but there
you have
are...
a favorite? A favorite?
I must, and their parents, so they're going to really not be happy with me, but I cannot remember the name. It is right around the corner from here. It is a wine tasting. They have
got a few of them.
And let me think. It's right across the street from Icing on the Cake.
Oh, Galley.
Galley.
You and I need to hang out.
Galley. We do.
All right. And their parents, that's great. I didn't know that.
I think their daughters graduated from,
Oh, right.
from Los Gatos. So yes, Galley
Okay.
is one of my favorite wine tasting rooms here.
So we've got foodies in common, hamburger, pizza, wine, and I think we might have TV in common. You watch TV, right?
I
You
do.
love TV. Okay, I'm a reality person.
Okay.
You got something for me?
Oh, my favorite reality show right now, and it's only, I think, like 3 episodes have been released
That's
in
perfect
the
for
first
me.
season.
All right.
It's International Matchmaker. I'm fascinated by it for multiple reasons. One, there is a particular person on there that is out from Jackson, Mississippi. And I can relate to this somehow because I grew up in the Deep South. And I'm in a very different place in California, and my partner is an immigrant from another country. So those combinations
There you
are
go.
just like fascinating to me, and I cannot wait to see whether she's successful in finding a husband in Morocco,
In Mor-
because that is her goal, to find a husband
because she
in
wants to
Morocco.
move to Morocco.
No, she wants to move the husband here, but she has a friend that has a Moroccan husband, and she's been very impressed with the Moroccan husband of her friend, and she wants a husband from Morocco.
I think she needs to go on 90 Day Fiance. You're
I
watching
think,
the wrong one.
yeah, 90 Day
because
Fiance.
they seem to be having, yes, it's international and it's weird.
It is. It is. But
And your partner's okay with you watching these shows?
yes. Oh,
Is he watching them too?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're like me.
No, I have to watch them alone because
I-
he's going to watch The Warriors or Sci-Fi. Okay,
Well,
one
I
of
don't
the
know.
two.
I could meet him then too.
Yeah, I know. He's definitely into basketball and very much likes non-reality and non-period drama. But he puts up with it
We'll
quite a
give
bit.
him a pass.
We'll give him a pass.
You know, my significant other, Jeff, doesn't watch TV at all.
Wow.
And he's upstairs reading books. I'm downstairs watching trash TV.
Exactly.
You know, makes the world go round. It really does.
It does. It's the beauty of life that we have very different influences in our life.
Now, do you dress like this all the time? Because when I met you, you had a rainbow lanyard on. You did have a white shirt on, but it was no tie. And I think you had khakis on. I don't know.
Probably so.
Yeah, you dress
You
like
know-
this every day?
Every day, you know. No, I don't dress like this every day. I usually 2 or 3 days a week I'm dressing this way. If we have a board meeting,
Yeah.
if I am speaking at an event, and tomorrow night I'm emceeing an event at Saratoga High School. So they've already told me that I have to wear a bow tie and I have to wear a tuxedo. But I'm up tomorrow night is that event. So I
You're
think
kind of encroaching on my territory,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
MCing, you
Yeah.
want your own TV show. Wait a second.
yes, they are.
Are you competition? I don't know.
No, I don't think I'm competent.
Why not?
I'm going to keep the superintendent job. And
You think?
Yes.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think you're very well liked. I've heard good things about you.
Thank
And
you.
are you very accessible with parents? If parents want to get in touch with you?
Please do. I invite parents to email me, reach out to me. I like coming out and speaking to groups, and I will say this. Any opportunity that I can get to talk about the work that we're doing as a district and doing the best work possible for our students, I will take that opportunity. I've been speaking at Rotary and at Lions, and I want to do that. I'm speaking at a promotion ceremony for Loma Prieta district next week. And so I will take any opportunity to come out and speak about the work that we're doing on behalf of our students.
Hopefully that promotion is not on a weekend because you'll never get there in time.
Nope, not on a weekend. That's very true.
I just thought I'd throw that in.
Well,
You know?
I've tried going over 17 a few times
We
on the
Los
weekend.
Gatos residents love talking about that beach traffic. on
Yes, it
17.
is.
Anything I missed?
I would say that, one of the things that is important to me, and this is a core value of my own, I was given really a gift, an opportunity of education. And it is critically important that I give back to society and give back to our community. And I very much, even though I don't live here, I very much see this as my community and my role in improving and making sure that we are being the best we can be. That is critically important to me.
I think you've got the job for a few more years just by what you just said.
Thank
Does
you.
your mom have a computer?
My mom has a computer, but the only thing she knows how to access is Facebook Messenger. But I play things for her while we're on Messenger together.
Well,
So-
you know what? You got to somehow teach her how to type in kcat.org,
Yes.
and so she can see the show.
I will make sure that she does.
Yes, because you said great things about her, and she will be very proud of you.
Yes. My mom will be asking me about it for sure.
That's great. You're a delight.
Thank
you're a
you so
delight,
much for
and
this
all the great
opportunity.
things you're doing, and community and education, hand in hand.
Thank you so much.
You're my new buddy.
All right. I look forward to our time.
Wine, not coffee, though,
Let's do it.
and maybe a burger.
Exactly.
All right. I don't even know who nominated Bill Sanderson, but thank goodness that person did, so you got to meet this man who is guiding your kids. If you've got, kids who are going to grow up and go to Los Gatos High School. So, delightful man, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you've got a nomination for me, KCAT.org. It's that easy. It takes you just a second. And thank you so much for always being with us here at Community Storytelling. We do the show for you because, as I always say, everybody has a story. Let's share it. I'm Lissa Kreisler. Take care.